It's a valuable bridge between the Latino community and Washington state government.
We truly are that link between the community and our legislators.
A link that not only has given voice to the needs of Latinos to the government and its agencies, but has also been a successful tool to address the issues that affect the community.
With no economical support, we were able to gather more than 10,000 signatures across the state,
encouraging the Latino community to participate in the civic and political process of the state.
Es gracias a esta comisión que yo como un joven siento que valgo y que tengo algo que aportar a la democracia de este estado, de esta nación.
Every year I see such transformation of reaching more and more Latinos in the state of Washington.
The Commission on Hispanic Affairs is a tool that the Latino community that is growing in the state needs.
According to historians, the Commission on Hispanic Affairs emerged as a consequence of the farm worker movement led by Cesar Chavez in the 60s.
The Commission on Hispanic Affairs was created due to the Cesar Chavez movement that reached all the way to the state of Washington in regards to the farm worker issues.
It was to build a bridge between the government of Washington state and the Mexican-American community to help begin to resolve some very serious issues that were occurring with regarding to housing, employment, and other issues of equality and justice that needed to be resolved.
The commission was started in the late 1960s, the movement to get a commission over in eastern Washington, basically in the Tri-City area, where we were starting to develop the migrant daycare centers throughout the state of Washington. And, there was a need to have a statewide movement and a recognition of Mexicanos, because the first commission was the Mexican-American Commission. That was the name of it.
People were searching, people like Ricardo Garcia, Guadalupe Gamboa, and other people were trying to find how we can have better access to government, and one way was to create a commission.
We talked to Governor Evans and said, here's what we'd like to see happen. And he was very gracious, and he did. He put out an executive order.
4 decades after it was officially established, the Commission's challenges have not decreased. During these 40 years, the Latino community has continued to grow, and with it, its needs in the areas of labor, health, and education.
Now that the Latino community has grown to a point where we're the majority in some of the counties, some of the problems that may have not been at the surface back then are now at the surface, because we are now becoming the integral part in the economy.
For that reason, the work of the Commission has also increased, and despite their limited budget, they have made great achievements in recent years.
One of the most beautiful things about the commission is that we run on a very shoestring budget. So we have, one full-time director, one full-time administrative assistant, and we have 11 commissioners that volunteer their time, putting in numerous hours weekly across the state of Washington to fulfill these responsibilities, because that's how important this mission is to us.
However, it has not been easy, especially due to the Latino community's limited participation in the legislative process.
That was one of the things that I saw. And so how do we bring that message to the community to say, you need to be part of this. You need to have a voice. And so at least to organize one day to come to Olympia.
With the help of Latino Civic Alliance and other organizations, the Commission created the Latino Legislation Day, in which community members from all over the state come to Olympia. And it is here where they get informed about the proposed bills that may affect their communities and learn how to address their elected officials to advocate on issues that interest them.
They are very good at helping, though, in the process for someone to understand the process of what it's going to take for their voice to be heard all the way to a state level.
The Commission has been crucial in informing the community when there are bills that affect Latinos.
We've been instrumental in numerous bills and activities. The gang prevention bill that Representative Moscoso introduced last year, the community again spoke very loudly about the need to prevent gang involvement by putting in prevention services instead of locking our children up.
I have found them to be a very strong advocates for Latino issues, both in the legislature, coming to my office and other legislators to talk about things that are happening, funding issues for the commission as well as for other issues important to the community. extremely impressed with the way the Commission meets around the state, engages with the Latino community, and has discussions.
Thanks to this participation, the bill that intended to deny driver's licenses to undocumented people in 2011 was eliminated.
We did an amazing day with Latino Civic Alliance, the Latino Lobby Day that year. We had over 1,000 people come in. We packed the hearing rooms in a way that we were asked to actually flow into a second room. That's how we were able to prove to the legislators that the people in the state are not agreeing with denying driver's licenses based on a social security number.
We were able to stop those bills from passing, and that was largely due to people in the community calling and showing up on legislative day and really actively letting us know, that these things were not going to be good for them. And that enabled us to collect that information and pass it on to legislators.
The Commission also organizes forums across the state in which the community can raise their concerns directly to government officials.
We tailor our meetings depending on the feedback from the local commissioner of what issues are going on in the community. Many times that was the first time that people ever saw a legislator, or they ever saw or had interaction with the sheriff, or with the mayor, or the chief of police. And part of it, what helps also is now the commissioners hear the issues, and now they can have follow-up meetings with the mayor, whatever issue came up, or with the sheriff, or whomever the community was concerned about, and then they can start building that relationship.
Every week, the Commission also produces a radio program in Spanish, through which it informs the audience on issues of interest to Latinos and where state agency representatives are available to answer their questions.
Tienen la opción de usar el dinero para materiales.
One of the things that I told the agencies, people need to start hearing from you, the agency, of what services are available, and you need to start answering those questions. And so we started this cooperation that we've been having this radio program now for close to 4 years, where all the agencies come on board, and at least about 11 of them, the major agencies.
Another achievement has been the assessment report that the Commission publishes every 2 years. This includes studies and statistics on immigration, education, health, and the economic development of the Latino community in Washington state.
What they've been able to do with very little resources is provide concrete information, data. That's the data which the legislators can deal with and understand. That's the information really that can serve to bring a better, more focused understanding and legitimacy to the concerns, to the problems, and to the potential for our Hispanic community.
Despite the important work they accomplish on a limited budget, the Commission on Hispanic Affairs, along with other state commissions, was about to be eliminated due to budget cuts. However, thanks to the community that made their voices heard, the Commission was saved.
We need the commissions so that the issues and concerns of those communities of color have an avenue to be heard within the legislature and the administration. These communities are extremely important to the fabric of Washington state because they all bring something different to the table, and which makes the entire state of Washington be able to thrive like it does.
In a state where there are nearly 1 million Latinos, the valuable connection that the Commission on Hispanic Affairs makes between the government and this community is essential.
They've done a very good job in education and health care and issues that affect labor and workers. It's been really, really wonderful.
As we look into the future, Latinos make up the majority of the labor force and will make up the majority of the labor force. We need an educated labor force.
So now Latinos need to be educated because we're going to need professors, we're going to need scientists, we're going to need people who open businesses. And if we have a large sector of this community who's not engaged, who's not being educated, then we're going to have some big issues.